people clicking. Yeah, I can see yo so ego driven. But I'm just a real G, I suppose. Tell the man, put it on me, I suppose. The envy, I suppose. Could the girls get friendly, I suppose. But I'm just a real G, I suppose. Do it all for the family, I suppose. But we'll see how it goes. Hope I can stop maybe, but I won't.
She see the G in me, I suppose. I suppose. I've been trying to make it get so long. Why they I'm feeling like this? They don't wanna see me win, I suppose. But no matter what, I won't quit. Good job.
Who's gonna topple a king? Go for the knees, then go for the... Don't miss or your campaign is over. So long adios, say sayonara. Who's gonna topple a king? Betting all the knights, all the bishops. No one draws a sword, says a prayer. King moves, he's gonna move strong against you. King moves, he's 5 steps ahead of you. King moves, he's gonna move fast.
Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. And it's the Bucks to start out. Now here's Curry. Grant, when you talk about these two teams tonight, I think it's fair to expect a barrage of three-point shooting.
Oh, for sure, B.A. That's the usual game plan from both sides. It's going to be raining threes here tonight. And if they're falling, it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
Here's McCain. Pass to Champagny. From deep. The shot off that time. Curry with it. Here's DiVincenzo. Here's Champagny. Back to DiVincenzo. Clock at 6. The baseline J. And it's off the back of the rim. No good. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Lopez, the screen. The three is up. And he buries his first look.
You simply have to remember that Brook Lopez can stroke the jumper. This guy on catch and shoot is terrific.
Pass to Curry. Knocked away. The Bucks need to get up a shot here.
Everyone's focused on Stephen Curry. He's focused on finding the next best shot. What a pretty pass.
Brooklyn with the ball. On the wing, Porter. Pass to McCain. No one near him. And yep, it's good.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Now here's Curry. A go-to option for this team. He puts up nearly 17 a game. Lets it go from deep. And the call over the back.
At least the over-the-back call comes from playing hard. But you'd like to see him get better position.
They like to fly in at the last moment rather than establish position early.
And Doris, at 7 feet tall and almost 300 pounds, Jusuf Nurkic often is the biggest human on the court.
B.A., we might as well refer to him as the immovable object. This guy has slimmed down. He's in incredible shape. But Nurkic is an old-school big, and he is a force to be reckoned with around the rim, not just because of that size and strength, but because of his skill as a passer and a finisher.
And here's Milwaukee now, after the basket by Brooklyn. And Kevin Porter picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Walker. Just 5 to shoot. Back to DiVincenzo. Fires the 3. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's McCain. Fires for 3. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Outside, DiVincenzo. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it. And here's Curry. No points yet. Pass to DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Walker to halt the run.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
To the paint. Here's Phillips. Uses the glass on the layup.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
The Bucks trail by 10. Now DiVincenzo. He's averaging about 6 points per game. Brooklyn with the board. Here's McCain. Pass to Porter. It's stolen by Curry. Back to Nurkic. The shot from 20 feet out will not go. Misses off the front iron. Outside Porter. Here's the pick. Here's Phillips. DiVincenzo covering. And he goes in for the dunk.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. The Bucks trail by 12. Now here's Curry. He's scoreless. Down low. Nurkic. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
First personal foul.
Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, B.A. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
Doris, it's interesting, but the Nets franchise has never won an NBA championship.
That's absolutely correct, because their titles came before the merger. Now, since they've joined this league, they did go to the finals for a couple of times, had Jason Kidd, who was the driver of success, but no championship in this modern era. You love that defensive effort right there showing up.
There's a screen by Nurkic. Unloads from 13. Good on the jump shot.
But you want to step him off the line, that's no problem. Steph, an efficient move into the mid-range jump shot.
From about 19. And the Nets tack on 2 more.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
All right, Grant, you feel the non-superstars are making the money they should?
Well, BA, it's a topic in every CBA negotiation. But I think we're trending in the right direction. But it seems like there's always more work to be done.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
And here's Milwaukee now. 11-point game.
And whether it's the defensive effort or just bad offense, they're holding their opponent to a very low field goal percentage.
Leonard outside. Fires from deep. Drains the triple.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Here's Rupert. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. The 3 from Holmgren. Rebounded by Champagny.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's DiVincenzo. Curry from deep 3-point land. And another miss by Milwaukee.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Now here's Holmgren. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14.5 a game. Clock at 2, and it's Rupert missing. Bucks trail by 14. Curry with it. And he gets it to go. Now 2 of 6 in the game.
Zero fear from Curry inside. 2 more points in his Hall of Fame career.
Here's Topic. Screen by Leonard. Puts up a 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. 1:51 left to play in the first. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And here's Nurkic for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Brooklyn leading by 12. Here's Rupert. No made baskets yet. Pass to Strus. Walker with a steal. Curry surveys. Now here's DiVincenzo. 1:10 left in the opening quarter. Shoots from the elbow. Denied by Leonard.
Oh, Kawhi Leonard, the claw, says not here, not now.
Pass to Strus. Fires the 3. Knocks it down from distance. And the Nets lead by 15.
Defensively, their effort hasn't been great early on.
That's already this guy's second foul now. He's either going to have to sit or play a bit more conservatively.
Stolen by Strus.
Yeah, 3 turnovers already and some frustration starting to settle in.
Walker. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Holmgren. with the fadeaway.
That miss aside, they're off to a strong start at the offensive end.
That one misses. He's 1 for 3. Pass to Nurkic. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And here's Leonard, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. 4 seconds left. That one is off.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead.
22.
We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Nets pretty much in control here.
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Here's McCain. Leonard outside. Pass to Holmgren. Here's McCain. Clock at 4. Leonard for 3. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Well, this guy is never a bad option in a tough situation. Kawhi Leonard under duress. Nicely done.
Well, Doris, there's one thing for sure. When Kawhi Leonard is available, he's elite.
There's no question about it, Brian. And it's so difficult to watch a player who cares so deeply about the game as Kawhi does not have his body hold up. It's been unfortunate over the years to see the toll injuries have taken on his career. But boy, oh boy, clutch, skilled, competitive, tough, every attribute you could want.
Here's Holmgren. Walker pulls down the board.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
Curry, no good.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
It's stolen by Curry. Pass to Curry. Back to Curry. Beyond the arc. Second shot opportunity. And it's laid in by Nurkic.
Well, one thing you can always count on with Yusuf Nurkic, this guy's going to carve out space around the glass.
Here's McCain. Leonard outside. 4-3. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Outside Curry.
Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
First team foul.
Now Walker. Still no points. Stolen by Strus.
Ooh, slick move. Excellent timing and fast hands led to the steal.
Here's McCain. Pass to Rupert. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
He's just too quick to the cup. No one near him to get postered.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not..." going to go in my favor when things get physical, unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Nets leading by 18. Here's McCain. Ooh, Morris with a steal. Outside Curry. From the wing. Pass to Stewart. Here's Jovic. Outside Curry. Just 5 on the clock. And another miss by Milwaukee.
A nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The offensive rebound. Here's Rupert. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Connects from downtown. And the Nets lead by 21.
Their intensity has only picked up this quarter, even while holding the lead.
Picked by Stewart. Here's the three. Rebounded by the Nets.
Well, you're trying to answer the three, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Here's Rupert.
Milwaukee foul. Lega. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's McCain. Out left to the wing. Pass to Rupert. Shot clock at 6. Driving inside. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Now here's Morris. Still without a bucket. To end the cold spell. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all seek.
Here's McCain. Pass to Rupert. 6 to shoot. From deep, Strus. And the Nets, another three.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Outside Curry. To the inside. Nails it. And he's 1 for 5 with that one.
Well, you know that Seth Curry will be aggressive regardless of where he is on the floor. Nice look inside there.
Here's McCain. Pass to Koloko. Here's McCain. They set the screen. Launches a three. Cuts off the pass. And here's Stewart. Outside Curry. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Curry's got 4 points in the quarter.
Don't let that slight frame fool you. Seth Curry on the interior, he will finish shots.
Pulls up on the wing. And again, it's Brooklyn.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
All sorts of time. That won't go either for Curry.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's McCain. Inside. They swipe it. Pass to Morris. Now here's Curry. Over to the wing. 19-footer. The shot's good. Nets leading by 21. Here's McCain. And Monte Morris is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
13 foul.
Strus with a deep three. No good on the quick three. Here's Curry. Rebound Brooklyn. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
And here's Milwaukee now. Well, when this one's done, they'll be off to Miami, taking on the Heat. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Pass to Jovic. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Stewart. The shot from 20 feet out. And that one comes up a bit short. And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Grant.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who keeps things moving.
Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Right side Curry. There's the triple. Stewart, that one's good. Stewart's got 5 now.
I mean, I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to rethink that strategy, though.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to review the game plan. Some changes for Brooklyn.
Let's hear it for you. Substitution on the court.
There's a minute 17 left to play in the half. Pass to Castleton. Here's Topic. Left side Porter. The Nets need to get off a shot here. There's the three. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. There's 45 seconds left to the second period. Pass to Dosunmu. The kick out, Curry. From outside the arc. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Nets leading by 17. Here's Castleton. Here's Topic. Yet to see a basket. And the officials call the over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Did he think he could get away with that? It was a pretty obvious call.
Yeah, easy call for the officials. Sometimes I think you can reach over without making contact, but that was not one of those times.
Pass to Stewart. From downtown. Can't hit that one.
And they're ahead right now because they're working so hard on the glass.
The bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
And so it's Brooklyn, looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. They know Curry can go for 50, 60 any night, so they're forcing someone else to beat him. Back to the game after this break. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Nets leading by 17. Pass to Holmgren. The fadeaway. The rebound by Stewart.
Boy, no idea why he went with the fadeaway. Had a clean look at the basket.
Back to Curry. Stewart outside. Three-pointer. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Stewart's got 8.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Holmgren. And that one's good.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
And Kevin Porter picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Second half rolling along. About a minute played here.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's foul number 2 for him. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Making a change here.
Let's make some noise for the 4-1-4 crew.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Buries it from 3.
That is absolutely ridiculous range from Kawhi. My goodness, it feels like he just stepped across half court.
The 3 from Curry. Brooklyn with the board.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to Holmgren. Walker pulls down the board.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
And here's Dosunmu. He's guarded by Porter. Back to Curry. Now Dosunmu. Stewart inside. And they recover it.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
And there's the foul. It's on Ayo Dosunmu. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Milwaukee on D, trailing by 19. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Outside Curry. Pass to Dosunmu. Clock at 6. Here's Curry. And another miss by Milwaukee.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Holmgren with it. From the arc. The rebound by Stewart. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And the basket by Dosunmu.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Right wing. Pass to Porter. Tries to break his ice. And Holmgren lays it in. Holmgren's got 6.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Stewart with it. He's covered by Holmgren. And that one's good. Stewart's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Outside Porter. Pass to Topic. And he makes good on his first shot of the game. Topic has got his first 2 points of the night. And so Curry will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 19-point game. Stewart outside. This one for three. Brooklyn pulls it in. Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly touted guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor.
DeSumo with it. Stewart outside. Back to DeSumo. Here's Curry. Porter pulls it in. Nets leading by 21. And here's Holmgren. Give him 8. Pass to Porter. Now here's Leonard. Walker covering. Fires from 14. And again, it's Brooklyn.
And the D having issues slowing down their mid-range game.
Outside Curry. DeSumo outside. And here's Stewart. Shoots over Holmgren. And again, it's the Bucks missing.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
Pass to Topic. Leonard outside. Here's Castleton. Stewart defends. Tries the spin move. Here's Leonard. Walker pulls down the board. To the middle. Here's Curry. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
And there's the foul. It's on Ayo DeSumo. That'll be a second foul of the game. And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Yeah, Coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And the guys get a little bit of a break, mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. McCain shot is off. Pass to Jovic. Back to DiVincenzo. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. DiVincenzo's got his first points of the game. Here's McCain from 20 feet. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes.
Oh, man, they have really heated up from mid-range.
To the paint. Lopez with the steal. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Outside Strus. Pass to McCain. Back to Strus. Shot clock at 6. The 3. They get it back. It's Tate on the wing. Here's McCain. He has 6. Can't convert off the spin. Now Curry. Going inside. 2 points. That one goes. Curry's got 9.
Boy, there's a level of physicality that Steph Curry is displaying. A hard drive through some contact, hard-earned basket.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his 3rd foul so far.
3rd personal foul. 14 foul.
Here's McCain. Curry with the block.
A tremendous defensive effort from Stephen Curry. Believe me, his teammates will hear about that denial.
3 on the clock. Here's McCain. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. 1:46 left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Morris. And he lays it up and in. Morris has got his first points of the night.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Pass to Leonard. Lets the 3 fly. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. Bucks trail by 19. Here's Jovic. Here's Champagny. 6 to shoot. Outside, DiVincenzo. Off target with the 3. Brooklyn leading by 19. There's 48 seconds left in the 3rd quarter here. Right side, Tate. Got a hand on it. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Monte Morris was a late 2nd round selection back in 2017. But boy, hard work and perseverance has paid off for this guy.
Here's Milwaukee. There's 31 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Jovic. And that comes off the assist by Morris. Jovic has got his first bucket in this one.
How about the execution and pick and roll? Monte Morris, just great understanding of how to exploit the defense.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 11. It's good with time running down on the shot clock. Leonard's got 7 points here in the quarter. And here at the end of the 3rd, it's a double-digit ball game. Nets out in front. They lead by 8.
56.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused.
All right, here come your Bucks breaker crew.
Bucks trail by 18. Pass to Jovic. Now here's Curry. Jacks up a three. The rebound by Phillips.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Porter with it. And there's the screen. Clock at 6. Here's Koloko. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Yeah, crafty play by Porter. Tripping up the defense and opening things up for another guy.
Right side, DiVincenzo. Walker. Misses the jumper. Brooklyn leading by 20. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Here's Porter. Here's Koloko. Boom! He jams it straight down.
So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. Curry's shot is off. And Brooklyn has possession. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Pass to Phillips. Back to Porter. Here's Rupert. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And it's Rupert missing.
I've been in this position. Your team is up. You want to drive in the dagger. He may be a little overeager.
And the Bucks miss again. Brooklyn in total control. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Pass to Phillips. Now Porter. Puts it up. Inside. Here's Koloko. And a strong finish with two hands.
He put some rage into that one, B.A.
You're telling me. Here's Champagny. Now Curry. He's guarded by Porter. Here is DiVincenzo. Walker for three. Kept alive. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth.
Yeah, I think he's letting his emotions get the better of him on that
foul. First team foul. Coming out of the floor for your Bucks, number 12.
Here's Koloko. And the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S., all over the world. How important is that, Grant?
It's so important, B.A. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
And out of bounds, the Nets will take it.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
And Brooklyn with possession here. Porter's shot is off. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
And here's Curry for three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
He's taking what he can get here as a three in each half.
Here's Rupert. And they pick up two. Rupert's gotten 4 this quarter.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Now Curry with the drive. Missed inside.
Well, being aggressive and assertive, the big man snatching the rebound.
For three. And the basket by Rupert.
Things started to click for him in the second half. You can tell the focus and the intent is all there.
Outside Curry. Launches it. That won't go either for Curry.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way, because hoisting from three is not the answer.
Here's Porter. Rebounded by Champagny. Now here's Curry. And you look at the development of AI, how might it affect the league going forward, Doris?
I think there's so much to be learned, Brian, about that exact thing, whether we are talking about the league or whether we're talking about society to a greater extent. As it relates to the league, how will teams employ it for scouting? Does it impact shot selection or player contracts? Maybe even the negotiation of the next CBA. Truth is, we really don't know. What we do know, it's coming fast.
4 on the clock. And then Porter with the dunk.
Yeah, check out the ups on Porter. Leaping off the floor and playing over the defense.
Curry with it. Here he goes. To stop the run. He got a piece of it. And they get it back. Walker's shot is off.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Tate with it, and Walker picks him up defensively. Pass to Phillips. And he banks in the layup.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
And here's Curry. Outside Curry. Brooklyn making a switch here.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Now in the lineup for the Nets.
Pass to Champagny. Back to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Over Topic. And another miss by Milwaukee.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Pass to Jovic. Back to Curry. Outside Curry. Here's Jovic. Launches it from deep. Champagny's shot is off. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 20-3 run. Here's Rupert. Pass to Topic. Here's Rupert. From the high post. Walker pulls down the board. Down low. Outside Curry. Here's Jovic. He's covered by Tate. Jovic's shot is off.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Pass to Phillips. Tate with it. It's intercepted. Outside Walker. Here's Curry. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, they've had no problem getting into the heart of this defense with the dribble, and they've made the most of their chances there as well.
Boy, the long ball has been another point of emphasis for this group tonight. Their shooters are finding open spaces and firing without hesitation.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Nets.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And looking at their record after this victory, this will be their 37th of the year.
Only a 2-game series, and they win both. They have to be satisfied with this.
Walker for 3. The rebound by the Nets.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Pass to Phillips. And the Nets miss again. Now the Bucks with it. And we've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Curry, he's open. And the baseline jumper goes down.
You see the fear that Curry and his ability to shoot with range. It opens up other aspects, whether the drive or, in that instance, the midi.
He drops it from range.
What a performance tonight. Getting a win like this on the road is such a boost.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This one wasn't.
Looking at my life through different lenses. Back when my heart was full of vengeance. Not good, but bad intentions. Somehow the Lord kept me unharmed. The Lord kept me unharmed. Kept my head up under his arms. Head up under his arms. I had a cross for a charm. Cross for a charm. The chosen one when I was born. Real Stevens, I'm the proprietor. Wait for my company to get acquired. 200,000 strong. One day I'll have enough to buy my grandchildren home. Generational wealth. What you doing? Boss move. Boss move. What you refuse to do? Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. 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 Congratulations. Boss move. Boss move. What you refuse to do? Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. 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 Congratulations. Once I Christian the mic and get on top of the beat, it becomes an instant classic when he 40 speak. My lyrics poke out just like a widow peak. I go like I got Fetty to fetch, refuse to lose. Ain't no recess commercials or interludes. Right now I'm off my own. I'm at the crib. And it's this new to yo. But I'm still not out of the woods yet. Even though that I'm. Project English is my language. It's hard to crack the code and distinguish. Congratulations. Go crazy, my guy. Let's have at it. Congratulations. Enough money out here for all of us, man. Hello. Congratulations. Coast made a wave.
DJ, bomb them, never stop.